Every woodworker has heard the same rule at the counter of the tool aisle. If it's cheap, it's junk, and if you want something that lasts in the shop, you pay Milwaukee or DeWalt money, or you don't buy at all. Independent bench tests of budget drills tell a different story. Some of the cheapest brands on the shelf are matching, and in a few cases beating, tools that cost 3 times as much. 5 brands make this list, and most woodworkers walk right past every one of them without a second look. We're counting down from the one that surprises people the least to the one that makes seasoned shop owners rethink their whole tool wall. Stick around for the #1 pick. It's the drill that's been outperforming a $200 Milwaukee in side-by-side testing, and it costs less than a dinner out. This ranking pulls from owner reviews on Home Depot, Walmart, and Amazon product pages, long-running threads on Sawmill Creek, Lumberjocks, Woodworking Talk, and Router forums, and independent bench comparisons from outlets like Pro Tool Reviews and Project Farm that put budget drills head-to-head against premium brands. Every price, star rating, torque figure, and warranty term below comes from one of those sources. Nothing here is a guess, and nothing is invented to make a brand look better or worse than the record shows. #5. Genesis, the house brand most people have seen at Home Depot without ever picking one up. Genesis doesn't pretend to be a professional grade tool, and that honesty is exactly why it earns a spot here. This is the drill you hand a beginner woodworker or keep in the truck for job site touch-ups, not the one you reach for building a dresser from 8-quarter hardwood. Owner reviews of the Genesis 25 cordless drill driver describe it as lightweight, easy to charge, and a genuine surprise for the price. One buyer called it an upgrade over a similar model they'd previously owned, while another specifically noted it saved a few bucks without sacrificing basic performance. The tool ships with a 2-year manufacturer's warranty, modest for the category but not nothing, and its 19+1 torque and clutch settings give more control than you'd expect from a sub-$40 tool. The honest weakness shows up under load. Home Depot review pages for Genesis's hammer drill line report a recurring pattern. Solid performance on light to moderate drilling and driving, but complaints of overheating and reduced durability once the tool is pushed into repeated heavy-duty work, exactly the kind of stress a serious mortise and tenon session or repeated deck screw session would apply. One reviewer flagged the hammer function itself, failing under strain, burning through bits in the process. For a weekend hobbyist building small projects, drilling pilot holes, and assembling flat-pack furniture, Genesis does the job for less than the cost of a single high-end drill bit set. For a working shop drilling all day, it's the wrong tool, and reviewers who push it that hard are the ones leaving the overheating complaints. But the next name on this list isn't a cheap and cheerful story. It's a brand that professional woodworkers have been quietly running for years. And the reason has to do with what's hiding underneath the paint. #4. Craftsman V20, a name every woodworker recognizes, but almost nobody expects to see on a should-have list anymore. Craftsman lost its lifetime power tool warranty years ago, and longtime shop owners in tool deal forums still bring that up with a note of disappointment. One Slick Deals commenter flatly asked whether buyers can even trust the brand without that guarantee attached. The V20 line now carries a 3-year limited warranty instead, a fact that shows up in nearly every deal thread discussing the tool. And yet the actual ownership data tells a more forgiving story. The Craftsman V20 1-2-inch drill driver holds a 4.6 to 4.7 star rating across Amazon and Walmart listings, backed by dozens of reviews. It runs a 2-speed gearbox rated 3 out of 50 and 1,500 RPM, produces 280 UWO of driving power, and ships with an LED work light for shop corners without good task lighting. Specs that put it solidly in line with tools costing twice as much. The honest verdict from the forums is that Craftsman V20 is not a professional powerhouse. One Slick Deals user summed it up bluntly. The drill isn't anything special, fine for the average homeowner. That's not a knock so much as a category placement. For drilling pocket holes, running trim screws, or building shop jigs, fine for the average homeowner is precisely the job description most weekend woodworkers need filled. And the combo kits regularly drop to $80, $90 for a drill and impact driver together. A price point where the occasional replacement is still cheaper than one premium tool. The failure pattern to watch is battery-related more than motor-related. V20 batteries aren't cross-compatible with older Craftsman 20CV tools from the Sears era, a compatibility gap that trips up woodworkers who inherited an older set expecting it to work with new purchases. The next brand on this list has spent years being mistaken for a hobby shop toy, until you flip it over and see whose casting it actually shares. Number 3. Win. The brand woodworking forums argue about every single year, and the brand that keeps winning those arguments. The recurring theme across Sawmill Creek, Lumberjocks, and Router forums threads isn't praise so much as reluctant respect. One woodworking talk member who owns multiple WN tools reported something forum regulars don't say lightly. Their Hubbard Wen benchtop drill press is identical down to the casting marks with a jet drill press, and their Wen 10-inch band saw matches a Rican spec for spec, evidence that Wen sources from the same factories building tools sold under names that cost noticeably more. Owner sentiment backs this up in the review data. On Sawmill Creek, one thread starter noted that overall Wen stuff gets pretty good reviews, a sentiment echoed by a Lumberjocks reviewer who gave a Wen 4225 drill press a full 5 stars, specifically noting the amount of machine capability delivered for the price paid compared to pricier alternatives with fewer features. The honest complaint pattern centers on quality control consistency rather than core engineering. A Sawmill Creek thread documented a Wen 4214 12-inch drill press with a 5-amp motor that stalled on 1-inch Forstner bits and hardwood, a real torque shortfall for that specific model, and a separate Lumberjocks buyer reported column and base holes that didn't line up during assembly, requiring a support call to WN before the unit could be completed. These are unit-specific manufacturing misses, not brand-wide motor failures, but they show up often enough in the threads to be worth knowing before you unbox one. For the shop that needs genuine drill press capability, mortising, precise repeat hole drilling, doweling jigs, without paying jet or Powermatic prices, Wen is the brand forums keep quietly recommending, complaints and all. Number 2 on this list isn't winning on nostalgia or brand recognition at all. It's winning because independent testers keep putting it in a fight it has no business being competitive in. Number 2, skill. A brand still associated with entry-level homeowner tools by people who haven't looked at its PWR core lineup in the last few years. Pro Tool Reviews tested the Skill PWR Core 12 brushless hammer drill and pointed out something genuinely rare in the budget category. None of Skill's major competitors even offer a 12V hammer drill option, meaning Skill isn't just competing on price in that segment, it's the only player in the room. The same review noted the tool holds its own against professional brands while undercutting them significantly on cost, retailing around $90 for the hammer drill kit and $79.29 for the standard drill driver kit. The ownership numbers back the professional testing up. Walmart listings for the Skill PWR Core 20 compact drill driver and impact combo kit show a 4.7-star average across dozens of reviews, and the PWR Core 12 compact impact driver posts a 4.8-star average across more than 150 reviews. Remarkably consistent scores for a budget tier line. Pro Tool Review's own verdict on the PWR Core 20 compact drill line was blunt. 2 enthusiastic thumbs up, specifically citing the combination of shrunk-down size with no drop in performance. Where Skill shows its price point is battery ecosystem depth. Reviewers and forum posters consistently note Skill's PWR Core 12 and PWR Core 20 platforms aren't interchangeable with each other, forcing buyers to commit to one voltage family early, and the tool-only pricing on niche accessories like the PWR Core 12 ratchet runs close to what a comparable Milwaukee M12 accessory costs, meaning the savings are real on the core drills, but shrink once a shop starts building out a full battery platform. For a woodworker building a first cordless kit from scratch, Skill delivers 12-VAS hammer drill capability nothing else in its price bracket offers, at ratings that rival brands charging double. Which brings us to the drill that woodworking forums keep telling people not to laugh at, because independent lab testing has already had the last laugh. Number 1, Hercules, Harbor Freight's flagship power tool line, and the single most surprising name to actually own on this entire list. The reputation problem is obvious. It's a Harbor Freight House brand, sold in a store still associated in a lot of woodworkers' minds with disposable tools. The testing record says otherwise. Project Farm ran 11 different 20V drills through the same battery of build quality and performance tests, including models from Hercules and DeWalt, and the DeWalt only edged ahead by a narrow margin, averaging 4th to 5th place against Hercules' 6th. A Gap Pro Tool Reviews and multiple independent outlets have described as far too small to justify DeWalt's higher price tag. The spec sheet supports the surprise. The Hercules 25-hour brushless 1-2-inch drill driver produces up to 1/200 nlbs of torque, more than double the Milwaukee M18 compact drill driver's 500 nlbs, while retailing at $69.99 against the Milwaukee's $129. Harbor Freight backs the tool with a 5-year limited warranty, matching Milwaukee's own warranty term rather than undercutting it. Owner ratings sit at 4.7 out of 5 on the Harbor Freight site, with reviewers repeatedly citing power, build quality, and value as the deciding factors in their rating. Independent voices outside Harbor Freight's own site echo the same conclusion. A woodworking and DIY blog head-to-head test between Hercules and a comparable DeWalt found the Hercules ran cooler under prolonged use, concluding that while the DeWalt might still edge ahead in premium features and build, the Hercules is nothing to scoff at. Real Tool Reviews put the same Hercules drill against Makita and DeWalt in real-world tests and found it held its own against both. The honest limitation is ecosystem, not performance. Hercules batteries and accessories are Harbor Freight exclusive, so a shop already invested in Milwaukee, DeWalt, or Makita batteries won't find cross-compatibility, and building out a full Hercules platform means starting a second battery family from scratch. For a woodworker building a shop battery ecosystem today or replacing a drill that's reached the end of its life, that's a one-time inconvenience against a drill that beats brands twice its price in independent testing, which is exactly why it takes the top spot. None of the 5 brands on this list win because they're the cheapest option in the store. They win because their engineering, warranty terms, or independent test results happen to outperform their reputation. The real lesson for a woodworking shop isn't buy cheap or buy premium. It's that brand name and shelf placement tell you almost nothing about what a drill can actually survive in daily use. The only number that matters is the one measured on a bench or reported by an owner who's put the tool through real work. Everything else is marketing. So which one of these is already sitting in your shop? Or which one are you skeptical enough to still avoid? Drop it in the comments. And if this saved you from an unnecessary DeWalt purchase, share it with the woodworker in your life, still paying full price out of habit.